Hey everyone, it's Whitney from Butch coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to talk about coming out. I've had a few people message me and write comments and ask if I could do a video about this topic, and so I figured now is as good a time as any. So I'm going to tackle this one in two ways, coming out as gay and coming out as butch, because for me it's two different things and it happened in two different ways. You may be wondering, like, Whitney, if you look the way you do, why did you ever have to come out as gay? It's pretty obvious. And to that I will say, one, you should never make assumptions because there are masculine women out there that aren't gay and they are totally straight, or maybe they're bi. So I would say that's number one, to never make that assumption. In my case, it is true. I'm more on the masculine side, and so people rightly assume that I'm gay and I'm attracted to women. And I will say, when I did come out, and growing up, I had long hair, which you can see in a different video of mine right over here if you'd like. Yeah, I looked more feminine. I wasn't feminine really, but I had longer hair and I did do a little bit of makeup stuff when I was coming out. And so I don't think people assumed that right away, especially like where I grew up in Minnesota. Like, a lot of people did wear like flannel and whatever, all the stereotypes. That doesn't necessarily mean you're gay here, it just means it's cold. I actually came out in a letter. Dear Mom, I'm a big homo. Love, Whitney. Okay, so not quite like that letter, but it was more well thought out. I actually wrote it out with the intention of sitting right next to my mom and giving it to her, and that's what I did. It mainly just got to a point where I felt like I needed to come out. I was ready. I had support from friends and other people around me in case it didn't really go well. And yeah, I really wanted to, and I felt like I wanted to do it in a letter so I could hand it to her, and then I couldn't chicken out. She was in shock. She didn't see it coming, I guess. And, you know, a lot of parents will speak to that they had this idea in their head and the dreams for their kids that are often very heteronormative. And so when you tell them they're gay, like, it totally sends them for a loop. And that's kind of what happened with my mom. I will say for my dad, I think I just told him over the phone or something like that. And he was fine with it. He just said, okay, love you, Whit. And my mom, she did say she loved me. I'd never questioned that. But yeah, it was kind of like a shock and took her a while to kind of come to terms with things. And as far as like friends, I will say that I did lose some of my more conservative religious friends. I grew up in more of like conservative Christian area and had friends that are more that leaning growing up. And so when I came out, some of them said they'd pray for me, some of them were quoting Bible scripture at me, and so yeah, I've lost touch with some of those people, unfortunately, I guess for them. There's tons of videos on the internet that you can find. I don't know if I'll be able to say anything that different that's going to be helpful, but I would just say do it when you're ready, not when other people want you to, or if they're pushing you or trying to get you to come out. Do it when you're ready, when you want to, and to who you want to. Because I don't think there's a, oh, you're 20 now, or you're off to college, or whenever you figure it out, right when you figure it out, you should come out. I don't think that's the case. I think there's a lot more to it. There's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of anxiety around it, and I think people should do it in their own time. And if you feel like you need to talk to somebody else, like totally out of the picture, not a friend, not a family member, I think it's totally legit to go to a counselor. Not somebody who's going to try to get you to not be gay. Don't go to one of those. But someone understanding and they can just walk you through the process. There are counselors out there that do that specialize in that and like help people explore their orientation or coming out or stuff like that. So I think that's totally fine. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean this is a disease. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means you need another ear to kind of like go over things. And if you have the resources, the money, the insurance, whatever to do that, I'd say definitely take advantage of it.